Prime Time from New York continues. Once again, Diane Sawyer.
It's one thing when the Japanese buy up American properties, quite another when they buy Americans. For instance, American baseball players. For anyone who has ever wondered what the Japanese are really like at home, Judd Rose takes us on a tour of two cultures meeting at home plate.
You know what everyone says about the Japanese, that they're bashful. That they don't like to reveal their true feelings. And that they never draw attention to themselves in public. Well, if that's what everyone says, what in the world of sushi, sake, and soni is going on here? Simply this. The Japanese are enjoying the one American import they just can't get enough of. Baseball. From their favorite teams to their favorite players to their favorite plays.
When some famous champion got home run.
Ask almost anyone in Japan about baseball, and they'll probably tell you,
I just love it. That's all.
They love it more than the official national sport, sumo, even more than that other national obsession, golf. Baseball is a love affair Japan shares with America, a mutual passion for a game that, in many ways, demonstrates why we so often fail so completely to understand each other. Baseball is perhaps the most American of sports. It's our national pastime. But over here, it's something uniquely Japanese. Not so much a game as work, hard work with its own set of rigid rules, long hours, and Zen-like devotion and sacrifice.
It's not enough to simply practice a baseball technique. On top of that, we add the heart of the warrior.
Now retired, Sadaharu Oh was Japan's greatest baseball warrior, the world home run champion.
My batting technique is derived from the techniques used to wield a sword. I don't hit the ball, I cut it.
Like, you mean like the samurai?
Yes.
It's dangerous to put it this way, but I'm not cutting the ball. I'm really cutting a person.
Baseball as blood sport, as war, where spring training is like Marine boot camp and pre-game warm-ups run for hours, leaving players too exhausted for the game itself, where pitchers throw as many as 500 pitches a day just to stay in shape, and if they develop arm trouble, are told to pitch through the pain. When American Randy Bass played with the Hanshin Tigers of Osaka, he learned that in Japan, loyalty to the team always comes first.
We had a player on the team, a superstar player. His name was Mayumi. His wife was pregnant. She aborted at 8 months. He never left. He never saw the kid. He stayed there and played baseball the whole time, and we kept asking him, well, why don't you go to the hospital and see your wife? You know, she needs you now. And he said, no, my place is here. My place is at baseball.
Randy Bass is what the Japanese call a gaijin, literally an outsider, one of more than 300 foreigners, mostly Americans, who've come here to play and found that in Japan, it's a whole new ballgame. The schedules are shorter, the balls are smaller, and often the strike zones are wider for gaijin batters. In Japan, games can end in a tie. That way, neither team loses face.
I could never get over the tie games. We never played tie games in marbles. We always had a winner in marbles. I come play baseball over here, we had tie games.
The gaijin are strangers in a strange land, on and off the field.
I felt almost humiliated at times because people would touch you and feel you.
They'd poke at you?
Oh, very much so. Actually, to the point of reaching inside of my shirt to feel my chest muscles or my arms or feel my legs and things like that when you're in a train or a crowded place. It was a little bit strange.
So why do they come here? Well, most are has-beens or never-were's looking for one last shot at glory and a big payday. Like Randy Bass. He spent most of his career in the minor leagues and never made more than $55,000 a year. But Bass was big and burly, and he caught the eye of the Tigers, who signed him for $200,000.
We don't have power in Japanese players, so we need long ball hitters from the United States.
And that's what Bass quickly proved to be. In 1985, he was closing in on Sadaharu Oh's record of 55 home runs in a single season. With just 2 games left, he needed 1 homer to tie the record. Facing the Tokyo Giants, a team now managed by Sadaharu Oh, Bass was walked 8 straight times.
They want you to come over and they want you to do good. They don't want you to overshadow the Japanese players, superstars. They want you to hit 300. They want you to drive in 100 runs and bat and hit 30 home runs. But if you do that, of course you shadow the Japanese stars, because there's only 2 or 3 on the team that can do that also.
The Japanese take a dim view of such complaints. American ballplayers, they say, are like Americans in general, spoiled, lazy children who spend more time whining than working.
They sometimes, bash.
They punch the...
punch the umpires, or, punch the pitchers, or punch the catchers, so we don't like them.
It's true, from time to time, American players, unable to speak the language, have resorted to more direct means of communication. Of course, Japanese players have been known to behave badly too, and not just on the field. This year, the talk of Tokyo is, shades of Pete Rose, a gambling scandal involving the Giants' star pitcher. And as for Japan's fans, well, some would feel right at home in Yankee Stadium.
There were incidences where I had sake bottles thrown at me, beer bottles thrown, where they would wrap things up in tin foil and throw them in some ballparks.
Americans have also been hit by verbal attacks from those who say the current limit of 2 gaijin per team should become an outright ban. But cooler heads view them as a necessary evil.
If we're talking about the ideal situation, I think Japanese baseball should be played by Japanese. But when you see the speed and power of the foreign players, it's clear they have something to offer that can't be found in Japan.
Of course, it was Americans who offered baseball to Japan in the first place.
In the land of the rising sun, it's Banzai Bambino as Babe Ruth and Connie Mack lead the American baseball invasion of Japan.
This tour by a team of American All-Stars in 1934 led, a year later, to the start of Japanese professional baseball. 2 leagues and a dozen teams, the pennant winners meet in the Japan Series. They use our rule book, and some of their terminology sounds familiar too. If he calls a straiku, that's a strike. Here's the 3-2 pitch. To them, 2-3. A game-winning home run? Well, you could probably guess. Here, it's a sayonara homa. And the game itself, the Japanese call that besuburu.
But you can't really grasp besuburu without an appreciation of the Giants. Take the great old Yankee teams, add the best of the Dodgers, and throw in last year's Oakland A's, and you still won't come close to equaling the power, the prestige, and the popularity of Japan's oldest professional baseball club. The Giants have produced more heroes and won more championships, at one point 9 in a row, than any other team in this country. Their home is the Tokyo Dome, but from one end of Japan to the other, the Giants are as popular as raw fish and rice.
They are the national favorite team, so there is no second place. And oftentimes, losing requires not only the owners and the people in the organization, but the players as well to issue a public apology.
Well, no apologies needed now. The Giants won the Japan Series last year. One of the reasons why was the MVP performance of their hottest hitter, Warren Cromartie.
Oh, he's great, great, great!
Cromartie's become one of Japan's favorite gaijins, famous not just for his heroics, but for his hot dog antics. He yells banzai so much, they even had him do it for a beer commercial.
Banzai! 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 Hi, domo.
It's personality. It's personality, man. That goes a long way, a little personality, then you got to go out there and play your game.
Cromartie's popularity is surprising in a country that doesn't especially care for free spirits. The Japanese place a premium on being a face in the crowd, a part of the group. Why, even the fans at the ballpark act as a team. This is what it's like at every game. Organized rooting sections perform cheers and routines that make the wave look like low tide. In some ways, this seems as much like the Astrodome as the Tokyo Dome. They even sell hot dogs and beer. But the chow of choice is stuff like sashimi and squid, stuff that a newcomer to the Tokyo Swallows finds hard to swallow.
They've got me out there to try sushi and all this raw stuff, and I can't eat it.
Dwayne Murphy is a big Star Trek fan, so naturally we asked him,
how would Mr. Spock deal with this experience?
He'd tell Scotty to beam him up, get him out of here.
Well, east is east and west is west. Still, for all of our differences, the Field of Dreams looks pretty much the same in Tokyo as it does in Toledo. So instead of worrying so much about the Japanese buying up America, maybe we should consider what we both share: a yen for diamonds. You're welcome.